Gemini, stop scrolling. This isn't just another zodiac video. This is your final spiritual warning before May 15th, and it could change everything. Lately, something's been off, hasn't it? You've been feeling it. Strange, vivid dreams that leave you wondering what they meant. Sudden emotional swings or unexpected changes you didn't see coming. A heavy sense in your chest, like something big is about to unfold. That's not your imagination. It's the universe trying to speak to you, because something is coming, and fast. A spiritual shift, a divine moment, a test wrapped in disguise. And Gemini, if you make any one of these 3 spiritual mistakes before May 15th, you could delay your blessings, block your next breakthrough, or worse, fall back into cycles you've been trying to escape for years. You've worked too hard, you've come too far, you've shed too many layers of the old you to mess it up now. So consider this video your cosmic intervention, a message from Spirit that you were meant to hear right now. Not later, not tomorrow, but in this exact moment. Because the decisions you make in the next few days, they will echo far beyond May. And here's the truth. If you ignore these signs, if you fall into just one of these traps, you might miss the very window that was designed to deliver your alignment, your clarity, and your next level of abundance. This isn't fear. This is awareness. This is spiritual protection. So don't look away. Don't skip this. And whatever you do, watch until the very end. Because the 3rd mistake I'll reveal, it's the most dangerous of them all. It's the one that most Geminis fall into and never even realize it. But after this, you'll have the awareness, the power, and the spiritual armor to make sure that won't be you. Let's begin. Mistake Surah 1. Trusting temporary feelings over divine truth. Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury, the fast-moving planet of thought, communication, curiosity, and duality. It's a beautiful gift, but also a tricky curse. Because when things get intense, when emotions swirl and clarity fades, your mind races faster than your soul can breathe. And from now until May 15th, the spiritual weather gets foggy. You may notice sudden irritation for no reason, mood swings that don't make sense, a desire to shut everyone out, or dive into distractions just to escape the noise in your head. And here lies the first deadly mistake, trusting your temporary emotions over your divine truth. Let me explain. Your emotions right now are not stable. They are waves. They rise quickly and they crash even faster. They are being stirred by the cosmic energies designed to test you, not destroy you. But if you let your momentary feelings become permanent decisions, you may walk away from someone who actually loves you just because your ego was triggered. Say something you deeply regret just because you were tired or overstimulated. Chase something shiny, a new job, a flirtation, an idea, only to realize it was just a spiritual decoy, not your destiny. And once that moment passes, you'll feel it. That pit in your stomach, that whisper of, why did I do that? Gemini, this moment in time isn't meant to punish you. It's meant to reveal you. Your higher self is trying to rise, but first your shadow wants to be seen. And if you keep reacting to what's happening in the moment, instead of aligning with what's happening for your growth, you'll miss the entire spiritual upgrade waiting behind the chaos. This is a test. The universe is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be aware. It's asking you to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. So what can you do? Try this instead. Before replying to that text, pause. Take 3 deep breaths and ask, is this coming from my fear or my truth? Before you block someone, ghost someone, or spiral in your thoughts, do write, journal your triggers. Let them move through you without destroying something good in your life. Before you make any big decision between now and May 15th, sleep on it. Let clarity rise after the storm settles. Gemini, your intuition is sharp, but only when you give it space to speak. When your mind is racing and your emotions are loud, your soul gets drowned out. And this week, your soul has something urgent to say. You've been here before. You've seen what happens when you let your emotions drive the car. You end up lost, drained, regretful. But this time, you're being given the tools to choose differently. So choose stillness, choose wisdom, choose reflection over reaction. Because your breakthrough isn't in the chaos, it's in the calm that follows when you choose to align with truth. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to fight everything. You don't need to respond to every feeling. You just need to pause. Gemini, from now until May 15th, your greatest protection is emotional intelligence. Let your emotions pass through you, but don't let them define you. The divine is watching. Your soul is evolving, and your timeline is shifting. Don't let a temporary emotion ruin a permanent blessing. The next version of you, the peaceful, powerful, spiritually grounded Gemini, they're waiting on the other side of silence. Let's keep going. Mistake number 2, running back to what you've already outgrown. This one might sting a little, Gemini, because the second deadly mistake isn't about what you're doing right now. It's about what you keep running back to. Let's get honest. That old friend who never celebrated your wins. That toxic ex who only shows up when you're finally finding peace. That outdated version of you. The people pleaser, the overthinker, the one who stayed small to make others feel comfortable. You're not meant to go back, but your comfort zone, it's clever. It whispers things that feel safe, familiar, predictable. You'll hear, maybe they've changed. At least I knew what to expect back then. What if I'm not ready for this next level? And suddenly you start romanticizing your old pain just because the unknown feels too big. But let's be clear, Gemini, the past didn't nurture you, it drained you. The old version of you didn't thrive. They survived. And those chapters? They closed themselves for a reason. Right now, from May 7th through May 15th, you are being pulled forward by fate. A new version of you, bolder, wiser, more aligned, is being born. But that version can't exist if you keep clinging to expired timelines. You cannot heal in the same environment that hurt you. You cannot rise if you're still carrying the weight of what's behind you. And every time you go back just to check, every time you reopen the wound, every time you say, maybe just one more time, you delay your blessings, you interrupt your alignment, you block the energy that was trying to deliver something new. Gemini, hear this. It's not love if it costs you your peace. It's not growth if you have to shrink to keep it. And it's not aligned if it requires self-abandonment. So what do you do now? Burn the bridge, spiritually and emotionally. If you've got letters, photos, texts you keep rereading, let them go. Write a goodbye letter to your old self. Burn it under the moonlight. Say, thank you, but I'm not that version anymore. Block the trigger. You don't need to just check their profile. You don't need to keep giving second chances to people who misused the first 5. Do one bold thing. Send that application. Say yes to the unknown. Try something new that aligns with who you're becoming, even if it terrifies you. Because Gemini, you can't rebirth and recycle at the same time. You're not here to replay your pain. You're here to rewrite your path. And this next chapter, it doesn't include the people, habits, or patterns that kept you stuck. This next version of you walks in purpose. They don't chase closure. They create their own peace. So if your past comes knocking, let it find an empty room. Let it echo in silence. Let it see that you've moved on. The universe has already started shifting your path. You can feel it. Your intuition has been whispering, this isn't where you belong anymore. This person is no longer your mirror. This version of you is done. All you have to do is not to turn back. Gemini, you are closer than ever to a new life, one where your joy isn't dependent on someone else's validation, one where your voice matters, Your vision expands and your energy no longer bleeds into broken spaces. But to step into that, you have to let go. Fully, finally, fearlessly. Say it out loud right now. I release what I've outgrown. I rise into who I'm meant to be. Say it again if you have to, because your future depends on it. Mistake number 3, ignoring the signs because of fear. This is it, Gemini, the final and most dangerous mistake you must avoid before May 15th. Ignoring the signs because fear is louder than faith. Let's get real. Right now, the universe is not being subtle with you. In fact, it's probably already tried to get your attention. You've been seeing repeating numbers, 1111, 222, 555, and wondering if they mean something. They do. You've had dreams that shook you awake, filled with messages, symbols, or even people from your past. Random strangers or unexpected conversations keep dropping exactly the words you needed to hear. But then, that little voice creeps in, the one that says, "You're imagining this." It's just a coincidence. You're not ready. Who are you to think the universe is speaking to you? That voice. It's not your intuition. It's your fear, disguised as logic. It's the protective shell you built to avoid disappointment, heartbreak, or risk. But here's the truth, Gemini. Fear is loud, but truth is quiet. And if you only trust what shouts at you, you'll miss the whispers that were sent to guide you. Because signs from the universe, they rarely come with neon lights and trumpets. They show up as that strange feeling you get when you're around a certain person, the gut nudge to go somewhere or leave, a sudden idea that feels like it didn't come from you, but from something higher. And the biggest mistake you can make right now is to dismiss those signs just because they don't make sense yet. Because what if that number you kept seeing was a doorway? That dream you wrote off was a message? That opportunity you almost ignored was the alignment you've been praying for? Gemini, you are one decision away from a completely different reality. But the universe can't force you to leap. It can only invite you. And when you ignore the signs long enough, that invitation expires. The golden path meant for you begins to fade, not because you weren't chosen, but because you didn't choose it. You weren't born to be stuck between doubt and destiny. You weren't made to shrink every time your soul calls you forward. You are not here to be realistic. You are here to be aligned. And if your heart has been pulling you towards something or away from something lately, trust it. So what should you do instead? Here's how you flip fear into faith. Start writing down your signs. Keep a small notebook or use your phone. Every time you see repeating numbers, have a vivid dream, or get an intuitive nudge, record it. It's not just data, it's divine documentation. Sit in silence for 10 minutes a day, not scrolling, not music, just you and your breath. Ask your higher self, what am I not hearing because I'm too busy thinking? Answers will rise when the noise falls. Take one bold step based on a divine nudge, not fear. Send the message, apply for the thing, walk away, say yes. Even if it doesn't make sense now, it's leading you somewhere sacred. This isn't about being reckless, it's about being spiritually obedient. Because the real test before transformation is this: will you choose fear because it's familiar? Or will you choose faith even if it scares you? Gemini, you've asked the universe for signs. They've arrived. Now it's your turn to respond. The version of you that exists on the other side of fear. They already know what to do. They've already made the choice. They're waiting for you to catch up. Say this out loud. I will not ignore the signs. I walk in faith. I choose my divine path. Because if you don't, you risk staying in the same cycle, repeating the same story, watching other people rise while you question why things never change. But if you do, you rise, you align, you activate the life that was meant for you all along. The universe has spoken, Gemini. Now the question is, will you listen? Gemini, you've heard the warnings, you've seen the signs. Now it's time to seal the shift. Because knowledge without action is wasted power, And you weren't guided to this video just to listen. You were called to activate something deep inside you. So here's your spiritual activation ritual. Simple, sacred, and meant to be done before May 15th. This is more than a routine. This is your agreement with the universe. Step 1. Light the flame. At night, when the world is quiet and the veil is thin, light a blue or white candle. Blue represents communication, truth, and mental clarity. White stands for purification, new beginnings, and spiritual alignment. As the flame flickers, say silently or aloud, I call back my power. I call in my truth. Let this be your signal to the universe that you are ready to do your part. Step 2. Write the declaration. Take a blank sheet of paper, not your phone, not your notes app, pen to paper. This makes it real. Write these exact words. I am no longer controlled by fear. I see the signs. I hear the truth. I walk the path of my highest destiny. Don't just write it, feel it. Let each word sink into your heart like a promise to your future self. The self that no longer second guesses her gut, that no longer returns to chaos, that no longer ignores her calling. Step 3. Burn and release. In a safe space, maybe outside under the moonlight or near your window, burn the paper slowly. Watch as the smoke rises. As it turns to ash, say out loud, I am reborn. I am real. I am ready. This is your spiritual reset, a declaration that you are not who you were 10 minutes ago, let alone who you were a year ago. You are stepping into your aligned self. Step 4. Visualize the golden bridge. Now, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize yourself standing on one side of a golden bridge. Behind you, everything you've outgrown, the confusion, the doubt, the people who couldn't meet you where you're going. Ahead of you, peace, power, purpose. See yourself stepping onto the bridge. Feel your energy shift with every step you take toward your higher destiny. Let that version of you, the healed, whole, clear version, welcome you on the other side. Anchor into that image. Because once you see it in your mind, it starts manifesting in your life. Do this ritual before May 15th, and within 48 hours you may start to feel a release of mental fog, a surge of clarity or inspiration, a sign that confirms you're back on your true path. This isn't magic. This is energy meeting intention. And when a Gemini sets a clear intention, the universe listens. Gemini, take a breath, place your hand over your heart, and feel this moment, because this wasn't just a warning, it wasn't just another astrology video or a feel-good message. This was a wake-up call from the universe, from your higher self, from the future version of you that's been waiting for you to catch up. You weren't guided here by chance. You didn't randomly click this video. You were led here to hear exactly what your soul needed before May 15th. Let's recap the 3 deadly spiritual mistakes the universe is begging you to avoid. 1. Trusting emotions over divine truth. Your feelings are real, but not always accurate. Pause, reflect. Don't let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. 2. Running back to your past. The past is comfortable, but comfort doesn't mean alignment. Let go of who you were so you can rise into who you're meant to be. 3. Ignoring the signs because fear feels safer than faith. The universe speaks in symbols, numbers, dreams, and nudges. Don't silence your soul just because logic wants the steering wheel. Gemini, this is your fork in the road. You can keep repeating the same cycles. Keep doubting yourself. Keep pretending the signs don't mean anything, or you can choose differently. You can choose alignment. You can choose purpose. You can choose to finally step into the version of you that knows they were made for more. Comment below, I hear the signs. I choose my path. Let the universe witness your declaration. Let your soul feel it. Let others who read it be reminded of their own path. Don't forget to subscribe, not just for content, but for cosmic accountability. Turn on the bell, because your next message may not show up in a dream. It might show up in your YouTube feed. And lastly, don't forget who you are. You were never meant to stay stuck. You weren't born to stay broken. You weren't designed to fit in with a world that doesn't honor your light. You are a communicator, a visionary, a cosmic bridge between ideas and action. And now, it's time. Time to walk away from what dims your spark. Time to stop shrinking for spaces that don't recognize your worth. Time to honor the whispers that are trying to guide you home. Gemini, the door is open, the signs are clear, the timeline is shifting, and your moment is now. So I'll ask you one final question. Will you rise, or will you repeat?